Are you ready to talk about one of the most impressive records in NBA history? That's right, we're talking about Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. A record so rare that the thought of it being broken was as likely as Ben Simmons winning a three-point contest. However, the modern NBA is evolving at a rapid pace, and with offense being prioritized like never before, players are scoring more than ever. And that's why we're here today, to explore why it is inevitable that Wilt Chamberlain's record will be broken soon. In this video, we'll dive into all the factors contributing to the rise of higher scoring games in the modern NBA. Who knows, maybe one day we'll even see a player score 200 points in a game. Okay, maybe not, but we can dream. Let's talk about the evolution of the NBA. The NBA has come a long way since the days of peach baskets and short. Nowadays, the game is faster, more exciting, and just plain better. With the game becoming a global phenomenon, the best players from all over the world are coming in and contributing to the ever-changing landscape. But one of the biggest changes we've seen is the emphasis on offense in the modern game. It used to be that defense was the name of the game. Teams would focus on shutting down their opponents, grinding out low-scoring wins, and generally making things boring for everyone involved. But in recent years, that's all changed. Offense is now king, and teams are focused on putting up as many points as possible. A big factor that contributes to this is the rule changes. Take the shot clock, for example. Back in the day, teams could hold the ball for up to 24 more seconds for every new offensive rebound, effectively killing the clock and limiting the other team's possessions. But with the recent changes to 14 seconds, teams now have less time to waste, creating a faster pace overall and more opportunities to score. Why the change? Well, the NBA wants to please the fans. Fans love high-scoring games and jaw-dropping plays, and more offense allows for more opportunities for the highlight reels. That's not the only change that favors offense. Since the NBA is babying players more than ever, it's a lot easier to get to the foul line. The hand-checking rule, for instance, is seriously restricting how much a defender can touch an offensive player. Players that are capitalizing this are drawing fouls and flopping all over the place, leading to more shooting fouls and free throws, aka more points. All these changes are contributing to why players are putting up bigger numbers than ever. It's not uncommon to see players today scoring 40 or even 50 points in a single game. The NBA is currently experiencing a scoring boom, with teams scoring at a rate not seen since the 1980s. But the rule changes aren't the only reason. Let's take a look at the ever-increasing talent and offensive strategies among today's players. And if you liked the video so far, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting NBA content. Alright folks, let's talk about the rise of the three-pointer. You know, that shot that used to be considered a gimmick? Well, nowadays, it's like a nuclear weapon on the court. Players are using it to devastating effect. Steph Curry broke the record for the most three-pointers made in a single season. I mean, the guy is like a human cheat code. But it's not just Curry. Players all across the league are jacking up three-pointers left and right, and they're making them at an absurdly high rate too. And you know what's funny? The three-pointer used to be considered a risky shot, something that only the most daring players would attempt. But now, it's like a free throw, an automatic part of the game. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing players attempting three-pointers from half court pretty soon. So why the sudden emphasis on the three-pointer? Well, it's pretty simple. It's worth more points. And who doesn't like points? But beyond that, players are realizing that the three-pointer is a deadly weapon in their arsenal, and they're practicing it more and more. With the ability to stretch the floor and create more spacing, the three-pointer has become a key part of many teams' offensive strategies. And you know what else? The rise of the three-pointer is leading to some pretty high-scoring games. The most points ever scored in an NBA game was 186. That's right, 186 points in a single game. While that record has stood for over 30 years, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it broken pretty soon, given the way the game is evolving. Just recently, the Kings scored 176 in their game against the Clippers, and the three-pointer is here to stay, and players are using it to wreak havoc on the court. Now, let's talk about the players themselves. They're getting better, folks, and not just a little better, we're talking light years ahead of where they used to be. Wilt Chamberlain was a legend in his day, and I mean, the guy was an absolute monster on the court. But let's be real here, he played in a different era, a time when the game was slower and less athletic than it is now. Nowadays, players are bigger, stronger, faster, and more skilled than ever before. There are like a bunch of LeBron James clones out there. I mean, have you seen Zion Williamson? This guy is a beast. I mean, he's like a tank magic out there on the court. And let's not forget about rising star Victor Wembanyama. He's a 19-year-old basketball prodigy who's already being compared to some of the all-time greats. And with a wingspan of over 9 feet, he's basically a walking basketball hoop. A big part of that is thanks to the advancements in training and technology. I mean, these guys are like finely tuned machines with access to cutting-edge equipment and top-notch coaching. They're eating better, training harder, and have the luxury of modeling their game from all the players of the past. Players today are becoming more and more well-rounded than ever before. Look at all these big men with handles and range. Giannis, Embiid, Durant, Jokic, and even up-and-coming players like Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren. Everyone today is developing way more tools to put the ball in the basket. So what does this mean for the future of the game? Well, we can definitely expect to see even more high-scoring games and record-breaking performances in the years to come. Well, folks, we've explored every angle of the NBA's evolution, and it's clear that the modern game is all about offense, offense, offense. With the rise of the three-pointer, players getting better, and rule changes that favor more possessions and scoring opportunities, it's no wonder that we're seeing some truly mind-boggling performances on the court. And let's not forget about the recent 71-point games from Damian Lillard and Donovan Mitchell, which have reignited the conversation about Wilt Chamberlain's record. As we mentioned earlier, Chamberlain's 100-point game in 1962 has long been considered untouchable. But with players like Lillard and Mitchell pushing the boundaries of what's possible, it's not hard to imagine that the record could be broken sooner rather than later. In fact, Chamberlain's record has been in jeopardy for some time now. Chamberlain's record for most points in a season has already been broken twice. First by Michael Jordan in 1987-88, and then by Kobe Bryant in 2005-2006. So it's not a stretch to think that the 100-point game record could be next. But it's not just Lillard and Mitchell who are capable of breaking Chamberlain's record. As we mentioned earlier, the modern NBA is full of scoring machines, from Steph Curry and Kevin Durant to Giannis Antetokounmpo and Joel Embiid. And the advancements in training, nutrition, and technologies, players are only going to keep getting better and better. So keep your eyes peeled, basketball fans. The race to break Chamberlain's record is heating up, and we could be in for some truly historic moments in the years to come. Who will it be? Which players will rise to the challenge and etch their name in the record books? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the modern NBA is a scoring paradise, and records are meant to be broken. So we want to hear from you. Do you think Wilt Chamberlain's record will ever be broken? And if so, who do you think will be the one to break it? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Players Discussion for more fun and informative NBA content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.